Timer starts at separation. Command sent. Stand by for separation. Yeah, we have good separation, good motion. We are ATP go.
Confirmation, separation from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
Good motion. Go for 180 pitch, confirmed. Separation confirmed, Houston.
Houston copies.
All right, here comes the pitch rate. Video. I have no stop stream option. Straight out. Dot cam selected. I see it. Look at that. Woohoo!
This view inside Orion.
I see the moon in the camera, and now I see ICPS in the docking camera field of view. Okay, waiting for 550. I'm on the THC. There's 550, starting the 19N. 1.
This is the view from
5, 9, and
this is the view arrow. The docking camera is showing the crew inside Orion.
19 ends. The SMRCS.
Caution, prop, SMRCS manifold 3, Ox-P health.
Much quieter. Got a little rumble,
Checking.
like we're driving on a rocky road, but much quieter than in the sim. I'm showing about 3 degrees wide on ICPS. And it's holding right near the center.
Integrity, no action for you on that enable prop caution.
No action.
All right, still waiting on the 19 ends to burn out. Thrusters are still fine. We've got a little rumble. It's like driving on a rocky road. All right, burned out. Okay, I see about 2.6 degrees wide on ICPS. All right, zooming in. It's 3x. 2.7 degrees wide. Here goes 6x zoom. Looks to me like we might have even slight closure. I definitely don't think we're opening. Anybody else? Okay, 2.6.
Houston, hold confirmed at 2.6 degrees.
Copy.
Look at the exposure difference between 2 and 3. That's 3. It's quite washed out. When I go to 2, I can see the docking target. I'm going to leave it at 2 for now.
The degrees Glover is reporting.
Okay, here come 3 outpulses. 1, 2, 3. And it again is that rumble, a little bit of a rumble from the service module. I hear them still burning. It looks like they just burned out. And I'm seeing opening. We definitely have opening. 1, 2, 3, 4 impulses. And so far, what I can tell you about this is it's much tighter than the sim. There's not a lot of lateral movement, not a lot of rotational movement as these are burning out. ICPS is nice and stable in the camera field of view. It is 2.5 degrees wide, and we should have a slight closing rate. It's a half a degree below the center of the docking cam. It is 2.5 degrees wide. In Authority DAP, it's quite nice and very responsive. And the camera is also better than what we were flying in the sim. I'm getting very slight movements, so it's making it easier to assess opening and closing. This camera is much better than the sim. We will be less than 4 degrees. I'm going to start left since it's just to the left. So here comes 2 left. 1, 2, left. Good motion. Looking for 1 full degree, so I'll start at the center pack. ICPS is centered, waiting for 1 degree to the right. I'm going to give it 1 down, if that's okay. All right, we still got good motion. I'm going to hit 1 down for correcting ICPS towards the center. All right, and then when I get 1 degree of motion, copy. There's 1 degree hack. 1, 2, 3, 4 rights. 2 lefts to center, copy. Again, very responsive. Authority DAP is quite responsive. It's very intuitive. I got about 1/4 of a degree, maybe even less than that, of overshoot by starting at 1 degree of movement. And I've got good motion, 1/2 degree back toward the center line, and I will capture it with 2 lefts. I'm going to lead that by about 1/4 of a degree. Here comes the first 1, 2, and I'm going to give it, I'm going to let those down slowly correct themselves. So, all right, again, that little rumble, it's like a very slight rumble, like just driving over a little slightly rocky road, and the 2 lefts are in. We've stopped on the center line laterally and vertically, waiting for it to correct back to the center. Here comes 2 downs. 1, 2. Start counting out the center. Copy. 2.5 degrees wide on ICPS.
And Houston, Ike keeps talking about the rumble, and I think from the previous spacecraft that we have flown, Soyuz and the SpaceX Dragon, we're used to a more distinct popping sound out of the thrusters, and this is just more of a gravelly road, kind of very calm. There's not a lot of dynamics on board. Very smooth vehicle.
1 degree of motion. Here comes 1.
Copy
2,
observation.
3, 4, up. Okay, there's 1/4 of a degree overshoot, maybe 1/3 of a degree, and we've got motion is stopped. Waiting for motion. Yep, this one is taking a little longer. Motion is tracking back the other direction now. We'll go 2 downs to center. We also had an up correction going in, so I think I didn't take that out before we started this. That may have contributed to it overshooting a little bit more than the previous. Yeah, we started with a little bit of Z motion due to that correction earlier on. All right, 1/2 degree to go, and then we'll go 2 downs to stop it in the center. Still right at 2.5 degrees wide. We'll probably only need 1 down to stop this. Okay, gonna put that in now. There's 1 down, and we are centered.
Houston, integrity translation checkout complete. Moving to step 7.
2.5.
Copy.
Equal. Back to that step. Okay, I'm good.
And Houston, with the stable ICPS diameter, we do have the opportunity to do 1 in pulse, but we are going to hang here for now.
Copy. Concur.
Okay, I don't need to ref. Okay. All right, control stick steering. Engaged. Hold inertial. Diaphragm is ref. One degree on the rate scale set. Just trying to get that docking target background, so I'm going down exposure 1 now. I can see the docking target clear. Ready? Okay, 3 pulses to the right coming in. 1, 2, 3. Good motion. 2 for 17. 5 degrees for 17. Right, no cross coupling, no rate in other axes. 10 degrees for 17. Good motion. See ICPS center docking target 12 for 17.
The degrees you hear Glover reporting are the amount the ICPS is taking up on the docking camera, which you see in the left side of your screen.
All right, roll rate is at 0. Ready. Aligned. Giving it 1 down, 1 left.
Houston, roll alignment complete.
Little gravel road.
Copy.
And we got another momentary enabled caution prop SM RCS manifold 6 ox P.
No impacts to Prox Ops demo. Good to continue.
Integrity.
Point 2. Set. Okay, let me center ICPS and get stable. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go right. Okay, roll right and hold. All right, roll right. It's coming in. Roll, good motion, no cross coupling. It's only roll rate. I see ICPS. 2 for 5. 3. It is slow, easy to anticipate, and stopping at 5. Was able to stop right at 5. Houston integrity, oh, sorry. Okay, going left. Good motion, it's all roll. No rates in pitch or yaw. 2. All right, roll rate released, it's 0. Back to the center. Roll is slow but nice and predictable, easy to anticipate and stop with precision.
Houston, roll checkout is complete.
Copy.
You're 2.6 degrees wide. Ready. Pulling edge key. Pitch is in pulse. It's just greater than half a degree low. It's 3x. Pitching up, 1 pulse. For 1 degree. Pitch up, nice and snappy. And there's 1. Anticipated, stopped it right on that 1.5 degree line. Okay, and returning it to the pitch down. Stop just greater than half a degree low. Stop. Very nice. That pitch was very tight, very responsive. I was able to stop it right where I started it. The pitch going back to discrete. A 0.7 degrees low. Pitch up and hold. All right, pitch up. Stopping it. Again, very responsive, also in discrete. Pitch down and hold. Back to initial vertical position. Stop. Captured. Very nice. Ready for yaw to pulse. Going right, 1 pulse. A good motion. There's all right, and yaw left, 1 pulse and stopped it right at 1 degree. Very responsive in yaw as well. Left 1 pulse, good motion, no cross coupling, and 1 degree. Stopped, overshot about 1/8 of a degree. Back to original position. All going back to discrete. Yawing right and hold. 1 degree. Good motion, no cross coupling. 1/2 degree. There's 1 degree stopped and overshot about 1/8 of a degree, but nice capture. Yeah, I'm getting a little of a bounce here. I think that, not sure, it's most likely from us, the camera, or this vehicle wobbling in yaw. So ICPS is moving, it's wobbling left and right slightly in the camera view. It did stop at the 1 degree of motion quite precisely, but we got this bobble just now, going back to initial position by yawing left and holding. So while it's yawing, it is solid. There's no bobble. Stop, released. See if that bobble comes back. There is a slight bobble, maybe dead banding or just the camera or the vehicle fluctuating. Are you guys seeing that, Houston? Are you seeing the bobble in the docking cam video?
Victor, we are not, but it might be because it's a low rate for us.
Okay, copy. Had a little bit of a lateral oscillation there.
Houston, authority, DAP checkout complete, ready for step 12.
Copy, go to continue, and also, once you get there, you are go for forward target approach to 10 meters.
Integrity.
Copy. No. The DAP is going to course. It is showing course. 16 in, starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 14, 15, 16 ins.
Houston, approach was initiated from approximately 2.7 degrees.
All right, I'm going to give it 1
Copy,
down.
2.7.
All right, we're coming up on 3 degrees wide. Stand by for 3 degrees. Hack 3 degrees wide. Gave it 1 down. It doesn't seem to be tracking down, though. I'm going to give it 1 more down in course. There we go. Responding to that one, going to give it 1 left in course as well. Good corrections. Good, are you okay?
This view live inside Orion.
3 videos, do you, or field of view, do you need any lighting adjustments in the cabin?
Cab camera looks good to us. Thanks.
Integrity.
Tack will be at 0.5 degrees wide. Stand by. Hack 3.5 degrees wide at 1823.
The crew received the go to move in towards 10 meters away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
Yeah, sure.
Again, pilot Victor Glover flying the Orion spacecraft right now.
Tack will be at 4 minutes. I'm sorry, 4 degrees wide.
This is all to teach us about how Orion flies manually in space and prepares us for future missions when we'll need to dock with a lunar lander.
Stand by for 4 degrees wide. Back. ICPS is 4 degrees wide at 19. Course, and here comes 10 outs. 2, 5, 10 outs. ICPS is still stable. That little wobble, lateral, a little yaw induced. Again, can't tell if that's the camera or the vehicle, but overall it's pretty stable. Very, very minor oscillation.
Houston, 75-meter braking is complete. complete. Going into dot cam exposure check.
Copy.
Copy. You got it. One pick that fine. You're fine, and one right. Okay, stand by for 4.5 hack, 1950. All right, coming up on 5 degrees wide. And back, 5 degrees wide, 2020. Okay, next action is when the center docking target is 1 degree wide, it is about half a degree wide right now. Copy, thank you. 6, hack, 24, 6 degrees wide. Fine, I'm going to go 1 up, right. Copy, going course and 1 out. Clear course, 1 out. Back to fine, 1 up. Stand by for 6.5 degrees wide. Excuse me, I may have skipped on you, 5.5. Hack, that's 5.5 degrees wide. That may have been the reason we thought, I skipped 1 on you, I skipped 5. 1 up, 1 right. Okay, all right, course. We did a mistake in slowdown, so going back course and 1 in. Not as far ahead as we thought we were. Okay. All right, coming up on 6.5, hack, 6.5 degrees wide. Fine. You're fine, going up, up, 2 ups, and 6. Good grief. That was 6 degrees wide, the last hack I gave you. I think I skipped through 6.5. I'll give you 7. All right, stand by for 7 degrees wide. ICPS is 7 degrees wide, hack, 2245. All right, and ICPS, the center docking target is about 0.7 degrees wide. Next hack is 7.5, correct? All right, 7.5, hack. Right. Right about 0.75 degrees wide on the center docking target. Left and fine. 8 degrees, hack, 2322. All right, I'm going to transition to center docking target, 0.8 degrees wide. The next action will be course and 6 outs when it's 1 degree wide. There's something floating to the right of ICPS. Did you see that float off the screen on camera view? 0.8 degrees wide. Quite large. All right, I'm going to course. 0.9 degrees. 1 degree wide. Here comes 6 outs. 1, 2, 3, 6 outs.
Houston, 30 meter braking complete.
Copy.
This view from Orion's docking camera looking at the interim cryogenic propulsion stage. They have completed their 30-meter braking and are flying in towards 10 meters away.
Copy. Looking for 2.5 plus or minus a quarter of a degree. All right. It's about 1.2, 1.1.
This view from the docking camera is a zoomed-in view at this time. Again, we are coming in, we were at 30 meters, moving in toward 10 meters away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage. And again, we are seeing a docking target, but this is practice.
5 degrees wide hack.
We are not docking to anything today. This is a test of how Orion flies when completed manually by the pilot.
That is definitely worth it. All right, next hack will be at 1.5 degrees wide on the center docking target. Nice and smooth. It is actually holding quite close to the center, so I haven't had to make many corrections. Nice and stable so far. We are at manual exposure 1, which is interesting. I don't know what the sun angle is right now, but that seems to be the best view. Yeah, and you see the shadow of the center cross. It's a little low. Right there. Maybe these seat belts weren't a good idea because now I can't see it. All right, next one will be 1.5. Stand by. Hack 1.5 degrees wide at 2650. And then at 2.5 plus or minus a quarter of a degree, it'll be, of course, 4 outs. And I'm jealous I can't float up to the window and see it out in front of us. Coming up on 1.75 degrees wide.
This view inside Orion as the crew is using their iPhones to take pictures out of the window of the
1.75 degrees wide at 2740.
They're able to see the interim cryogenic propulsion stage outside the windows.
It'll be 10 meter arrival next, so once we get to 2.25 degrees wide, we're in the window to start braking. Course and 4 outs. Coming up on 2 degrees wide. Two degrees wide. Back 2820. Center docking target is 2 degrees wide.
Standing by for Orion to arrive 10 meters away from the ICPS.
Copy. I'm going to go ahead and go to course now. And I see we're at about 2.25 degrees wide. I think we're in the window to start braking. I'll start the outs. 1, 2, 3, 4 outs. That did not induce a lot of rotation, so not a lot of cross-controlling there and waiting for closure to stabilize. I'm showing us at about 2.25. Fine, just to center us up. We're in fine. Going right.
Houston, 10 meter arrival confirmed.
Copy, Reed. You are go to execute forward target handling qualities test.
Picking up at step 13.
We're 2.3 degrees wide. We're in the window.
The crew is now moving into some precision translation.
Copy. We are within 2 degrees, definitely. I could do 1 or 2 things, but to fly out. Okay, yep, I'm going to center it up, so I'm going to go down. I'm going to translate down. Just a little bit. I mean, we're talking about a fraction of a degree. Going to 6x. And I'm waiting for that cross to get centered, and then I will pitch up.
Again, Glover is able to...
Enough, so I'm going to, right there, stop it. Now I'm going to pitch up, center it.
Glover is using the docking camera on Orion, looking at the ICPS that you see in the left of your screen.
That was very easy to do, and I show us as a flyout complete. Copy.
Houston, angular alignment complete, ready to begin fine handling qualities test.
Copy.
Copy. Affirm. Turn fine. 3x zoom coming.
This is a zoom view from the docking camera on Orion.
Fine.
We are about 10 meters away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
Y-axis ready. I'll start in the center, and we're out and fine. Okay. Copy, a little opening. Back to center laterally. Okay. Yep, 2.75. Yeah, I see opening. Okay. So we're centered. 1, 2, 3, left pulses. Good motion. All right, there's a half a degree, good motion, a little bit up, down, or up in on ICPS. And there comes 1, 2, 3 to null, about a tenth of a degree overshoot. We're looking pretty stable right now. We did have some upward motion on ICPS. I'm going to correct that out as well. I'll give one more out and fine. Okay, and 3 right. Here comes 3 right. 1, 2, 3 right, bringing it back to center. Good motion. Picking up a little bit of upward motion. 2.7 stable on the range, copy. And going to capture it with left. 1, 2, 3. Near center. Do you feel that? Okay, a little rumble. Felt something here just a second ago. Going 2.6 on the range. All right, and we're going to go 3 pulses up. I'll start measuring from the center. 1, 2, 3, up. There's center, and we'll null 1 degree low. Overall, the control is very responsive. Not sure if it's the dead banding half a degree good motion, but I am doing a little bit more lateral correcting to keep it centered. And there's 1, 2 to catch it. About a tenth of a degree overshoot. We got some lateral motion build up in there. I'll go left to correct that. All right, 3 downs to bring it back to center. 1, 2. Range is good. We had to do some opening half a degree. Good motion. Starting to take out the 1, 2, 3 downs, and we are centered. And so like that, it does seem to move a little bit more, but it's very responsive in the corrections, and so I was able to stop it right on the center. Holding at 2.6, 6x zoom going in. Ready. All right, half inner circle for 60 seconds. Good range. Copy. Minute. Copy. 15 seconds until center on center. All right, going to on and on. A higher gain there, definitely requiring some control, some more frequent control inputs. Stable there now, trying to minimize inputs and see if I can hold that stable. Copy. Okay, time's good.
Houston, translation test complete. Would you like us to go to step 16 or 18?
Perform step 16.
All right, big step is fine. We're holding at 2.5. Centered. It's down and hold. For 1 degree, good motion, no cross coupling, half a degree, and waiting for 1 full degree of motion. Stop. Wow, stop right on the line. No cross coupling, good motion. There's half a degree. Going back to the center. That's very responsive. Yawing left. Half a degree. And stopping it right on the vertical grid line. We had a little bit of a translation. Going back, yawing right, good motion, cross coupling, half a degree. Back to the center line, stop. Very, very nice control in the rotations. Go left to confirm motion. Good motion. And copy that, Dana. Thank you. Going back to center. Dana said looking out the window, she was able to perceive the motion of all of the alignment tests that we just did.
Houston, we're in step 18, ready for back away.
Concur.
That is course, showing course. 6 outs, starting now. 1, 2, 3, 6.
You're hearing the voice of pilot Victor Glover. He is backing away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage, having completed this portion of the proximity operations demonstration.
Good opening.
Once the interim cryogenic propulsion stage completes its thermal turn, they will begin using the target on this side of the ICPS.
5 or 6. All right, picking it back up at 4. See the cross. 2 is pretty better picture.
Glover is also able to control the brightness of the screen and of the docking camera that you see. Again, we are not docking today. This is a test of how Orion flies when done so manually and helps us prepare for future Artemis missions. We did see the crew move in all the way to 10 meters from the ICPS. They are now backing away as was planned. The interim cryogenic propulsion stage will make a turn, and then the crew will fly in again and conduct some similar tests with a side docking target.
That's about 7.
We're just over 4 hours since launch today, a very busy day for the crew.
All right, coming up on 1.5, going course. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in. It's 1.5.
Back away complete.
Copy.
Confirmation, the crew has completed backing away from the ICPS.
We're holding right at 1.5.
Expecting that thermal turn to happen in about 1 minute and 20 seconds.
All right, I'm zoom 1X to watch the thermal turn.
The docking target. This view on the left will also see the thermal turn.
Copy. But I see motion. I see pitch on ICPS.
ICPS thermal turn, start.
All right, here comes down.
See it on the display and out the window.
Course, 1, 2, 3, 8 down pulses.
Great view of the ICPS that powered Orion during the perigee raise maneuver and apogee raise burn.
4, 5, 8. I can see the side docking target. That is a good looking American flag. Copy.
Again, this view coming from the docking camera on Orion, looking at the interim cryogenic propulsion stage. You can see that docking target down near the bottom of your screen.
ICPS thermal turn complete.
Copy that, Amy. We'll start working our way down.
Reminder, we are not docking today. This is a test of how it feels for pilot Victor Glover to manually fly the spacecraft. He's using the zoom feature on the docking camera to get exactly the view he wants as he prepares to move in and around the ICPS.
And docking target is about 1.75 degrees.
And Houston, we're holding at step 20, waiting for your go.
Stand by.
And we're almost to 2 degrees wide.
And I just don't want to lose this in the data, Amy. The separation was way back when we separated from ICPS. It was very aggressive.
Integrity, you are go for approach to side target to 15 meters and to execute handling quality test.
Our course.
We are picking it up in step 20. I'll copy.
We copy.
Oh, it's almost 2 degrees wide. Their course, almost to 2 degrees wide, and here comes 4 outs. 1, 2, 4. All right, 2 plus or minus a quarter. We are.
Houston, 15-meter hold is confirmed.
Copy.
Orion is now 15 meters away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
It's a couple outs.
They will not move in any closer. They're going to continue piloting the spacecraft.
3 left coming in now. 1, 2, 3. Good motion. A lateral, we might have a tad bit of closure and coming right to 2. All right. Okay, about a quarter of a degree. less than a quarter of a degree up to 3 rights, 2.1 degrees wide. Good motion. Half a degree. All right, here come the lefts to stop it. 1, 2, 3. Three downs. 2, 3. Start measuring from the center. There's center. Good motion.
And Houston, with this sun angle, the white paint on the ICPS is so illuminated.
Half a degree.
It's hard to look at with the naked eye.
1,
Houston copies.
2, 3. And we picked up a little bit of motion to the left on ICPS. Okay, stopping that, correcting it back up. 1, 2, 3 to bring it back to center. Also correcting left. Good motion.
"46 minutes since the start of the proximity operations demonstration.
1, 2. All right. 2.1 degrees wide.
The degrees you hear Pilot Victor Glover reporting are the amount of space that the docking target is taking up in his view that you're seeing here on the docking camera.
Copy. 6X, does it say? Okay, I'm in 6X, ready.
And Houston, can you confirm 6X zoom is good for 21.3?
Checking.
Good range. Good time.
6X zoom is good.
Starting the lateral alignment test.
All right, good range. Just inside 2, just inside 15 meters. Low gain inputs, not doing a whole lot of commanding. It's holding quite steady. When I'm not doing anything, it's holding nice and steady. The camera and the vehicle are holding steady. It's almost at the center. I will get set up for center on center. Cross over docking hatch cross. All right, we're starting precision. A higher gain, higher frequency of inputs. It's very responsive. I just have to make inputs because it does seem to pick up lateral motion. Commanding. I'm able to hold the magenta cross within the width of the black cross on the side without, I was talking, it went out, but overall able to keep it centered, less moderate or less effort. Okay, complete.
Houston, translation test complete.
Very precise control that you
Copy, and you are go for the multi-axis test, and Reed, you are coming in much lower volume than Victor.
Okay, I will speak up in the cabin mic.
That's better, thanks.
Again, Pilot Victor Glover on the left side of your screen is manually piloting the spacecraft, executing the 6 degrees of freedom, translating forward, backward, left, right, up, and down, and rotating the pitch, yaw, and roll of Orion in relation to the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
Course selected. left RHC, right on THC. Ready? All right, and I'll get the yaw out to 2 degrees. Okay, it's there. Okay, range is just side of 2.
Integrity Houston, no action on the caution warning messages.
Gave it some ends.
We copy that, Amy.
All right, lateral. Okay, 355 for 355. All right, nice and stable, focusing on range. Out, got a little opening, some ends to correct. Got some dynamics there at the beginning, going yaw, then translation, yaw, and translation, but caught up, was able to correct it out without many problems, moderate or less workload. Now it's very stable, just focusing on range. 50 for 345, and at 345 we go left. $50 for 345. Nice and stable. Range is good. 48 for 3.5, nice and stable, so we're in a good position to go course.
The crew is on the timeline and about 2 minutes away from their multi-degree of freedom yaw test.
7 for 3.5. 6. Yeah, that rate gone down quite a bit. 5, there's picked up course. Yeah, the yaw rate had dropped off a bit. I put it back in. Okay, at 3-4, go discrete. 342. All right, coming up on 3. Right, left to stabilize. All right, we are just outside. Range has opened a bit. Actually, we're looking nice right at 2. Okay, ready. Course. Stand by. It's nice and stable. Take it out of course and just go fine to try to know a little bit. Oscillating around centered. Okay, I'm ready. Pick that. All right, got a good yaw rate. I'll watch the yaw rate closer this time. Fine. And, okay. Too many. I did that in before to fine. Back to, all right, going out. Go course out. All right, there we go. I see opening. Everybody concur? All right, thank you. I'm going to go back to fine. All right, there you go.
And Reed, please repeat.
Holding on instruction 185, just want to make sure you are ready for DAP 18 and go for departure.
Go for DAP 18 and go for departure.
Copy, Houston. That's in word.
Capcom Amy Dill calling to the crew. They are go for departure from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
3 outs. Houston, integrity departure initiated.
Copy.
Orion is now backing away from the interim cryogenic propulsion stage. The proximity operations demonstration is complete. Coming up next, we will have the upper stage separation burn, providing distance between Orion and the ICPS.
Oh, wow, look at that. Wow. Copy, going off Fox. Great flying with you, Houston. Nice vehicle.
Great job, Victor, and to the entire crew, and we enjoyed your excitement at seeing ICPS out the window.
And Houston, I am bringing the exposure control down to 1 so that we get some video. Let us know if you want that higher for your bearing test.
Setting of 1 is good for us.
This is a live view from the Vehicle Ascent and Launch Operations Room. This is Valor, the ULA launch team support room. They are responsible for observing any program issues that may require their experience to correctly detect and assess. They've been monitoring the health of the ICPS prior to launch.
Houston, no action on the cautions.
They've been monitoring ICPS since before launch, through launch, and obviously during the proximity operations until the ICPS end of mission. Burn up upon re-entry over Earth's atmosphere over the Pacific Ocean. This view of the interim cryogenic propulsion stage.
Copy.
Four hours, 27 minutes since Orion launched.
ICPS is stable in the DocCam field of view. We are going to stay in authority DAP, and we are going to discontinue all manual THC inputs.
Copy, Reed. Please take DocCam exposure to 0, wait 20 seconds, and then take back to 1.
Mike has that in work.
Thanks.
As you heard Capcom Amy Dill ask the crew, they are able to control the exposure that we see from the docking camera down on the bottom right side of your screen as the interim cryogenic propulsion stage gets farther and farther away. That's actually Orion backing away from the ICPS, having recently completed the proximity operations demonstration, during which pilot Victor Glover manually flew Orion. On the left side of your screen, you can see Glover in the left. He's currently in seat 1, having conducted those prox ops. And on the right is NASA astronaut and commander of Artemis 2, Reed Wiseman.
And Houston, here comes the ATP for our Pod 2 coast.